Hey you guys, this is Crow from Crow Archery Motorcycle Adventures with the second video of the day, and this one is answering a question about what keeps you attached to a narcissistic relationship. Okay, uh, and so I'm going to go ahead and jump right into that. There's a couple of reasons for it. Um, One, internal issues that you have with yourself, whether it be abandonment issues or rejection issues or anything of the sort. Okay. um, Now I'm not gonna lie, I actually just posted a video talking about one of my biggest things, which is abandonment and all that, and I fully admit that was something that literally kept me stuck in that cycle. But eventually I did come to realize, hey, if things are going to change, then I'm going to have to hit that block, delete, bye, forever, walk permanently, but seriously. So I do straight up stand by that to this day. Every once in a while she'll try to come around with like a random phone number or whatever, and I just block it every single time. Like I said, the last thing I said to her was, "We have nothing to talk about. Do not ever contact me again." Uh, and I mean, you have to mean that. Like, you have to mean it, or nothing is ever going to change. Uh, and also, with that, that's really important because you can't make excuses as to why you are not doing that. Because the more excuses that you make on that, you're not doing anything. You are literally just creating reasons as to why you can't let that go. Okay, so it's very, very important. Please do the right thing for yourself, not for them or anything else. Like, it's not about them. This is about you and changing your life and saving yourself from those problems. All right. Another thing, how it works is it's based off of this. You have like this psychological love for the roller coaster of emotions. Like you're always chasing that high, that you got from the beginning. Like in the beginning, I'm sure that, they told you everything you wanted to hear. They probably threw down some awesomeness, if you know what I'm saying, and, got you stuck in that, creating that soul tie. Because that's what it is. That's like the biggest, most powerful weapon that they have is creating a soul tie. All right. And another thing with that keeps people stuck in that regard is because they believe that they're never going to be able to find that within someone else who is actually not that way. Which, in a sense, I kind of get, from my own personal experience and everything. Because if it's good, it doesn't seem to be fun. But if it's bad, it's all the fun. You know what I'm saying? But I want to tell you something behind that and a secret to that. At the end of the day, sex is very easy. It is very easy. Do not let these people out here try to tell you that it is not, or that it is not easy to achieve what it is that you're looking for through that, because it is very easy. It is very, very easy. Take it from someone who unfortunately has a little too much experience in that, if you know what I'm saying. But once you're able to discern those things and you understand that, then you're able to really start seeing the forest through the trees. You know what I'm saying? Because things in that regard are learnable. You can teach people how to treat you. You know what I'm saying? But that's besides the point. The big thing is you have to remember that whole thing I was talking about with roller coaster of emotions and chasing that high that you were originally getting from the beginning. Okay, and the thing is, you need to understand that it's never going to be that way. And every single time that you go back, it will get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Because again, you are teaching that person to treat you some type of way, aka like trash. All right, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm sorry, I ain't nobody's bitch. You can believe that. And that's what you need to apply to your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to understand your worth, not let that get to your head to where you basically start looking for flaws and problems in everybody. Because the thing is, like I've mentioned before, while you're doing this, you ain't paying attention to these three fingers that are pointing right back at you. All right? So, with that, to me, I think the biggest thing that really truly makes people stay stuck in that idea is coming up with every excuse that they can to justify why it shouldn't be over. Okay, because a lot of people, myself included, I've been there, I've done this, all right, where you have this idea where it's like you see something that you know is broken and you want to fix it. All right, you can't fix people. People have to fix themselves. They have to truly want it in their heart and put it in their actions to change who they are. And again, as I've said, most people won't and most people don't because they are never truly put in the position to where they have to. So consider you getting away and truly meaning it one of those things to where you are being put in the position to where you have to. Or nothing is ever going to change. Life is not going to get better. You're going to be stuck laying in your bed or sitting at the end of your bed crying and wondering why life is not changing. Okay? And again, as stated before, that is because you are not doing the work that is needed in order to move past this. So I'm telling you, until you pick up that phone and you go through all the photos that you have together, all the, everything that you shared together, whether it be animals or possessions or anything. Now, I'm not saying get rid of your animals or anything like that, but you can't do that whole thing of where you're leaving the door open to where, they'll hit you up and be like, oh, I want to see pictures of the cat, or I want to see how the dog is doing. And the answer is no. Block, delete, bye. If you have to, change your number. Seriously. And I understand and I know that these things are very difficult. They are very difficult because, you're always sitting there thinking in the back of your mind, oh, well, right people, wrong time. No, wrong people, wrong time, forever. Please get that through your head. Please get that through. All right? And until you understand that, again, nothing is ever going to change. And then you're going to start carrying all that over into any other possible relationship that you have in the future. Okay? So again, please keep these things in mind. Please understand the games and the tactics that these people are trying to do to keep you hooked in their harem forever. Don't be like all those other people that are stuck in there, because it's not just you in that person's garage, man. It's not. It is not just you. There are multiple others. And I understand out here in the world that we live in a competitive world, and in your thoughts and in your brain, you think, oh, well, other people want them, so they're the prize, they're a catch. Dude, they can have them. Believe that. If somebody comes over here and takes that from you, guess what? Bye. Take it. Because it wasn't worth it for you in the first place. Somebody that legitimately, truly cares about you is not going to put themselves in the position to where they can entertain that idea. And they're gonna respect you and your boundaries. And you see, that's another complicated thing about boundaries. Like when you get burnt, you end up being like, okay, I'm putting up all these walls, I'm putting up all these boundaries, and there's nothing wrong with having boundaries within yourself or within your life. But what is wrong is when you create boundaries like yours truly here that make it to where you are basically putting yourself in this mindset that nobody is deserving. Okay? You have to be careful about believing that you are better than everyone else. Okay? And it's very easy once you get past that and you get rid of that negative, god-awful, toxic person to put yourself in that frame of mind. All right? And that's going to do even more harm than good. And to be honest, those people want you to do that because they want you to feel that no one likes you, no one accepts you, no one, wants you, per se, because it keeps you coming back to them anytime that they want. And at that point, you need to ask yourself, with you continuing to do that are truly at that point, what is your worth? What is your self-worth? You're telling them that you have no self-worth and that they can disrespect you and walk all over you whenever they want. All right? It don't matter if you would do that to them or not. They don't care. They don't care if you would do something like that to them or not. In fact, they want you to. That way they have ammo to use against you as to convince you of why you are the problem. All right? So if you are finding yourself in this never-ending cycle of this person that's in your life that is consciously making the decision to keep doing the things that hurt you, they don't care about you. They don't love you. They could care less. And you got to understand that the biggest things that you are attached to in that relationship are chasing the high, like hitting, an extremely powerful drug for the first time, and then you never get that again. It just gets worse and worse and worse. The proof is in the pudding in that. And you're also addicted to the sex because they know what to do to have you in that soul tie. Again, sex is way too easy to be wasting that energy that you're giving that person and taking that energy from, to be worried about that with them. There's 8 billion people on this planet. And I know that it seems like life is over and that nobody knows you like they do and all of that. It's delusional. Please stop kidding yourself. Okay? I love you guys. All right? And I'm here if you need to talk to me about these situations. All right? You can email me. I've mentioned my email address in multiple videos. I'll go ahead and do it one more time. The best one to get a hold of me at is my Gmail, which is jgc5150@gmail.com. All right, I understand. I've been there. I've dealt with it. It is what it is. Again, I love you guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you like the message.